Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And Shalom to all the sincere believers. And that includes the scattered Israelites who are amongst these other nations and look like these other nations. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this 4.3 magnitude earthquake reported in Geysers area. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says a 4.3 magnitude earthquake struck 15 miles north of Healdsburg, according to the United States Geological Survey. The quake hit at 9:22 a.m. Saturday. Was centered in the Geysers area, the USGS said. The Geysers is an area known for producing many earthquakes. Said the earthquake was initially reported by the USGS as having a 3.9 magnitude. Several smaller aftershocks followed. So yeah, the Lord's still sending out these earthquakes. The Lord's still visiting with these earthquakes. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And clearly the Lord visited that area with an earthquake, a 4.3, which, I mean, it's not as bad as it can get, but it's not as light as it can get either. And in these last days, the Lord is going to visit with a lot more earthquakes. Places that are used to earthquakes, places that are commonly known for earthquakes, they're going to experience worse earthquakes. And places that are not known for earthquakes are going to experience earthquakes. Same with the storms and tempests and the fires. It's just going to continue to get worse. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And when you look up the definition of diverse, it means many or multiple. And there are earthquakes happening in many and in multiple places, all over the country and all over the world. Because the Lord is visiting the world. He's not just visiting one specific place. Now, he may hit certain countries harder than others or more frequently than others with certain judgments, but best believe he's visiting the entire world, and he's bringing judgment upon the wicked people within all of these different countries, all of these wicked kingdoms. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before. Verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3, Therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and there's plenty of both. There's a lot of earthquakes happening and uproars of the people in the world. Here in America, there's a lot of middle school and high school students across the country that are doing walkouts, walking out of school and protesting. And Esau, being the wicked demon that he is, now he's like suspending kids and giving them detention, because they're protesting, and he'd rather them just, be empty-minded slaves who just go along with whatever wickedness he wants them to go along with. But that links up with Luke 12:51, where the scripture said, Suppose ye that I'm come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. And obviously, not to like go off on a separate topic, but it does, link up with this, the uproars of the people. There's a lot of division. You have a lot of these kids' parents who are um mad at them for walking out of school to protest. So, there's just a lot of division. These kids are divided against their parents. These kids are divided against the government and all the wicked things that are happening. It's a lot of division. And there's just more and more protests popping up, not just here, but all over the world. Because all of these kingdoms are ruled by wicked people. And the citizens are fed up with that wickedness, and they're out in the streets protesting and rioting and burning things. And it's just going to continue to spiral because we're living in the last days. And like it says in 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come, dangerous, hazardous, unsafe times. 2 Ezra 9:4 says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Verse 6, Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder, and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And the earthquakes, the uproars of the people, the shootings, the stabbings, the fires, the storms, the tempests, all of these are powerful works from the Lord, and they're signs of the last days that we are clearly living in. So, as I've said before, and as, the men of the Lord in general have said before, none of the brothers and sisters should be depressed right now because there's so much going on. The Lord is showing you so many signs that we are so close to the end. We're so close to the downfall of Esau's wicked kingdoms and the establishment of the kingdom of heaven. So for all you sincere brothers, keep your head up, stay circumspect, continue to read, continue to watch brothers' videos, stay prayed up, stay locked in. Like the brothers have been saying, we got to be all gas, no brakes, We're so close to the light at the end of that tunnel. Salvation is right around the corner. We just got to keep moving. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.